I don't know about you, but I've often found that in business I am pushed out of my comfort zone so often. Whether it's that I've got a new big launch to do, or whether it's that I've got a big meeting, or whether it's that I'm doing a speech. And in the past there have been really embarrassing times where I have been pushed out of my comfort zone and I have crumbled, and it's been so embarrassing. And an example of this was a few years ago when I gave a speech, and I went to do this speech and I worked myself up into such a nervous wreck that when I got there it was honestly as if I had run around the building 3 times, gone in to do the speech, so out of breath. Like, I couldn't catch my breath at all throughout the whole time I gave the speech, and I was mortified. It was so embarrassing, and when I was talking all that was running through my head was, oh my god, Carrie, just breathe, and it was just a disaster. And I just wanted to avoid ever having to deal with that again. I didn't want to go into situations where I was pushed out of my comfort zone and not be able to handle them to the best of my ability. So I started to learn a lot and practice a lot of different mindset techniques to help me to be able to control my state of mind so that I didn't crumble. Because when I was put in those situations, I was crumbling mentally. That's all that was going on, is what was going on in my head was affecting the situation and how great or how rubbish it was for me. So I knew that I had to learn how to deal with this stuff, how I could basically take what was going on in my head and change it so I could make the most of the situation and the opportunities that were presented to me. So I started to practice these different techniques, and now a lot of them are to do with like mindset and the thoughts you're thinking, the language you're using, the words you're saying, and all of that kind of thing. And a lot of people have said to me, yeah, but what if I just cannot change my thoughts? And I understand this, because when you are in that moment and fear has taken over, it can be hard to kind of remove yourself from that situation and stop yourself from getting carried away with all these crazy thoughts and worries and doubts and all these scenarios playing out in your head. Because I have been there before, and it's tough. It can be really tough to shift your mindset. But there is something that's really simple and really so powerful that can help you. It can literally, in a split second, it can take you from feeling really uncomfortable or lacking confidence and feeling totally powerless to really feeling strong and confident and powerful in that situation. Like, you can just take care of it and like everything's going to go smoothly. It's such a simple technique, but it's so powerful, especially if you don't know or if you struggle to change your thoughts. And it is this, it is changing your posture. And it's so effective. So I want to share with you a couple of different strategies, and also set you like a little mini challenge to try out if you want to, over the next like 30 days or something, where you can put this into action and see how much of an impact it has. So posture is so important, because the way you stand or the way you hold yourself and your body language says a lot about how you're thinking. So if you see someone that's really sad, you can generally spot it first by their body language and how they are holding themselves. And the same if someone's happy, you can tell instantly that someone's happy, not because of what they're saying, but because of how they're standing and how they're moving. And it's the same with confidence or lack of confidence. You know, if you saw someone who is really lacking confidence, they'd probably have their legs all twisted together, be really tucked into themselves, and, you know, maybe fidgeting hand over, they're touching themselves for security. And for reassurance, and those are the kind of traits that you'll find with someone that lacks confidence. Whereas when someone exudes confidence, they are often stood in a really strong posture. So they're really open, so they've got their shoulders back, they are stood with their legs apart and feet turned outwards usually, and, you know, in a really strong, powerful posture, you know, and very open. The thing is that when you put yourself in those postures, if you tried it, and you know, how do you feel if you hunch over? And then how do you feel when you stand up? Because the thing is, when you put yourself in those postures, you're sending kind of subconscious messages to your mind and triggers to your mind. The same way as if you smile, it sends triggers to your brain, and it's really hard for you to actually feel miserable in that moment when you're smiling. And it changes everything. So the key, when you're in a situation where you're lacking confidence or you're feeling the fear and you're just terrified, a really great thing to do is to just change your posture, because I bet in that situation you're probably going to be very turned in on yourself. And so all you need to do is actually just open yourself out, stand up strong, shoulders back, really great posture and frame and just feel really strong. And by doing that, you're subconsciously telling your mind, you're fooling yourself into thinking that you're confident. It's the greatest trick you can play on yourself. If you can't change your thoughts, change your posture and trick yourself into thinking that you're confident. And it really, really works. And it works, so for example, if you've got a really big call to make, don't sit down, stand up. Stand up and take on a really strong, powerful posture and really feel it. And by doing that, you change your mindset instantly. And it's the same if you're going to go and do a speech or you've got a big meeting coming up. This is what I do. I will take a few minutes to put myself in a really strong posture because it'll change everything. Your physiology changes. It changes your mindset, it changes the state that you're in, and it has such a massive impact. So before I go on stage to talk or before a big meeting, I'll go and spend a few minutes just stood there in a really strong position. Just try and do it on the side discreetly or go somewhere and do it. And it is really, really effective. I have found that it will help me to snap me out of that state of fear, panic, worry, nerves quite easily by just changing my posture. It is so simple. So try it. Next time you're in a situation where it's pushing you out your comfort zone and you feel like you're lacking confidence or you're feeling a bit scared about it all and you're a bit reserved, try it. Change your posture and you will definitely see really great results. And the other thing is, try this every day. So for the next 30 days, for example, just try it. Spend a couple of minutes every single day in a really strong, open, powerful pose, like posture, and just do it every day for 30 days and see how much of a difference it makes for you. It's helped me so much. Whenever I am in an uncomfortable situation, I always try and firstly just readjust my posture, and then it helps me to get into a better frame of mind and to feel more confident, and to actually, after a while, you think you're not even faking it anymore, you just genuinely feel that way. So I hope it helps you. Give it a try, and I would love to know what you think, and if you ever do this and maybe you do something differently, it'd be great if you let me know. Just leave a comment on the blog below, and I will see you next time.